Jenna had been looking forward to starting college for months. She arrived at Harlow University with all the excitement and nervousness typical of a freshman. Her dorm room was small but cozy, with 2 twin beds, 2 desks, and a shared closet. She would be sharing it with a girl named Emily, whom she hadn't met yet. Emily arrived later that afternoon. She was quiet, with dark hair and eyes that seemed to look right through you. Despite her reserved nature, the 2 girls quickly settled into a comfortable routine. Emily often stayed up late studying while Jenna preferred to go to bed early. It was an arrangement that worked well for both of them. One night, Jenna woke up to the sound of whispering. At first, she thought Emily was on the phone, but when she glanced over, she saw Emily sitting at her desk, facing the wall, mumbling to herself. Jenna couldn't make out the words, but the tone was unsettling. She decided not to disturb her and went back to sleep, hoping it was just a one-time thing. The whispering continued over the next few nights, growing louder and more intense. Jenna became increasingly disturbed, but didn't know how to bring it up without seeming rude. She decided to ask Emily about it during breakfast. "Hey, Emily," Jenna started cautiously. "I've noticed you've been up late talking to yourself. Everything okay?" Emily looked at her with those piercing eyes and smiled faintly. "I'm sorry if I disturbed you. Sometimes I talk in my sleep. I didn't mean to wake you." Jenna nodded, accepting the explanation, though it didn't quite ease her discomfort. That night, she decided to stay up and see what Emily was doing. She pretended to sleep but kept one eye slightly open, watching. Around midnight, Emily got up from her desk and walked to the center of the room. She began speaking in that strange, low voice again, but this time Jenna could hear some of the words. "He's coming. The darkness. It will consume us all." Jenna's blood ran cold. She watched as Emily's eyes rolled back and her body convulsed slightly. Suddenly, Emily's head snapped toward Jenna, who quickly shut her eyes, feigning sleep. The whispering stopped, and after a tense few moments, Jenna heard Emily climb back into bed. The next day, Jenna couldn't shake the feeling of dread that had settled over her. She decided to do some research about the dorm and the area, hoping to find something that might explain Emily's behavior. What she found shocked her. Decades ago, a student named Evelyn had lived in the same dorm room. Evelyn had been obsessed with dark rituals and the occult. She believed she could summon a powerful entity from another realm. One night she performed a ritual and disappeared without a trace. Her disappearance was still an unsolved mystery, but rumors suggested that she had succeeded in summoning something that had taken her. Jenna felt a chill run down her spine. Was Emily somehow connected to Evelyn? That night, determined to get to the bottom of it, Jenna confronted Emily. "Emily, I know about Evelyn," Jenna said, her voice shaking. "I know what happened in this room." Emily's face went pale, and her eyes darkened. "You shouldn't have looked into it, Jenna. Some things are better left alone." Suddenly, the temperature in the room dropped. The lights flickered, and a dark, oppressive force filled the air. Jenna could feel something ancient and malevolent pressing in on her. Emily's expression twisted into a sinister smile. "He is coming, Jenna. You shouldn't have meddled." The room plunged into darkness. Jenna heard a guttural growl, and the whispering voices grew deafening. She tried to move, but her body was paralyzed with fear. She felt a cold, clammy hand touch her shoulder, and then everything went black. When Jenna woke up, it was morning. The room was bright and warm again, as if nothing had happened. But Emily was gone. Her bed was neatly made, and there was no trace of her belongings. Jenna reported Emily's disappearance, but no one seemed to take it seriously. They assumed she had dropped out and left in the night, but Jenna knew the truth. Emily, or whatever she had become, had been taken by the same darkness that claimed Evelyn. From that day on, Jenna couldn't escape the feeling that she was being watched. At night, she would hear faint whispers and see shadows moving in the corners of her vision. The darkness had marked her, and she knew it was only a matter of time before it came for her too.